Hello, everybody. This is Maxine Taylor, America's first licensed astrologer, and I want to welcome you to Practical Astrology. And today we've been talking about Taurus, the bull, one of the signs that appreciates love and beauty and all the lovely things that money can buy, and the practical approach to life, the natural approach of appreciating what God has given us. Today, I want to talk to you about, well, not just today, anytime you want, Mercury in Taurus. Now, Mercury, of course, travels with Venus and the Sun. So today we're really talking about the Sun and Venus and Mercury, all three working as a team in Taurus from April 21st to May 21st. Mercury moves very, very quickly, so it can move out of Taurus before the Sun does. Venus, same deal. But there is a time when all three of them are together, and it is super terrific. Now, Mercury rules our conscious mind, our mouth, and our minds. And we've all had experience with retrograde Mercury, when our mind and our mouths are not working as a team. This can slow Mercury down. It's true. However, Mercury does go direct, and all three of them ultimately catch up with each other. When Mercury is in Taurus, it expresses very logically and very practically, especially for you Taurians. And if you're a Taurus who happens to have Mercury in Taurus, you feel more at home in your own body. Your thinking is very practical, very logical, and very often centers around the basics of life. When do we eat? When do we drink? When do we go home and watch TV? There's nothing fussy or put on about the Taurian approach. And so with Mercury in Taurus, here's how it works. Some people can be working on a project. The person in charge says, here's the project. Now, our ultimate goal is here. Taurus is already thinking, wait a minute, how do we get to there? With the Taurus mind, you tell Taurus, step one, this is what we're going to do. Then step two is the next step. And step three, and if it is logical and if it makes sense, Taurus can then keep on going because the foundation has been laid. And Taurians know what I'm talking about. And if you live with a Taurian, don't tell them things like, okay, we're starting over here, and then later we're going to go over there and we're going to do this, and then we're going to do that. It has to be sequential, it has to be logical, and it has to make sense. And you say, but I'm not like that. Well, Taurus is. That's how you are, Taurus. And I give you a lot of credit for it. And that's how you can complete a project without losing track of all of the steps. Does this make sense to you? I hope so. So, when you've got the Sun, the giver of life, the light that lights up our universe, and Venus, love nature, and Mercury, what we think about, how we express ourselves very practically and very logically, you've got a triple whammy. And you want to take advantage of that because this is the time that you are at your peak. You're at your best. Now, I'm going to throw something in that many of you know about, and that is the full moon. On the full moon, things come to a head. they actually pop. There are more babies born on the full moon. There's more likelihood of some sort of incident if you're not careful. You want to be careful in traffic. And I've seen Taurians, when they drive, they're not on a freeway. They're not on a race course. They're logical, practical, they obey rules. This is terrific. On the full moon, you got to watch out for the other guy. You got to watch out for traffic. When we have a full moon, Taurus, all of the seeds that you have planted can come to a head. You can find out when the full moon is by looking at any calendar. You can find out when the moon is in Taurus, and this is true for all of the signs. Do you want to know where the full moon falls in a particular month? Get an astrological calendar, or a regular calendar has the full moon on it, and you can Google full moon. You can ask Alexa. You can ask Google. I mean, we live in a time when you don't have to be a student of astrology to find out when the full moon is in your own sign. So my suggestion would be that you find out exactly when it is. You'll feel it probably a day ahead. You'll feel the tension building a day to 2 days before the full moon. And it comes to a head whenever the full moon occurs, of course. And then for another day after that, you're feeling it. And after the tension has left, Taurus, you know where I'm going with this. Taurus says, wow, I'm glad that full moon is done. Now I can relax. Now I can take it slow and enjoy life and enjoy. And it's not even conscious. It is the Taurian nature to be loyal, to be acquisitive, to be logical, to say, I bought the house I'm going to live in for the rest of my life. I'm not moving again. Because once they are planted, this is where Taurians grow. Right, Taurus? This is just how you are. And you want to take advantage of this with the Sun and Venus and Mercury in your sign from April 21st to May 21st. So I hope to see you again when, once again, I talk about how to get through difficult times by taking advantage of the most opportune time during the year. And that is when the Sun, Venus, and Mercury are in your sign.